Good morning. I'm John Ellsworth, founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. And I want to thank you for listening today. My presentation today is entitled, Have You Made This Change Yet? Have you made this change yet? We've been on kind of an economic treadmill the last 3 years. I'm feeling it too. I think we all are, whether you're in the dairy business or any business for that matter. It's just, you can't help but feel it. I think I know the cause, but at the risk of sounding too political, I think I'll just skip over that and not share that idea with you. But because, frankly, there's plenty of blame to go around, no matter what your political affiliation might be. A better approach, perhaps, is what I read in a recent article in Inc. magazine by an author named Marcel Swans. And the author said, and I quote, that this is the title and then the subtitle for it also. And I quote, "Science says your overall happiness comes down to three timeless strategies. Happiness will enhance your health, improve your focus, and boost your job performance." End of quote. Sounds good so far? I think it does. You want to know the three timeless strategies? Well, that's great, because I'm going to do them right now. I'm going to share them with you. Number one, schedule downtime. You know, today with the levels of technology that we have at our disposal, things, everything was going to make life easier, but it hasn't. It's sort of drained our energy, I think. So the author, Marcel Swant, says that we need to schedule some downtime because with technology, it's just terribly difficult to get away. The author goes on to say that we need to schedule 10 minutes every 80 to 120 minutes. So every, say, hour and a half to 2 hours, we need to schedule 10 minutes of downtime. And you know what? I know what you're thinking because I thought the same thing. I used to hate these little gaps in my schedule. But you know what? I've come to realize that they're very beneficial to me, mentally, physically, psychologically. It gives me a chance to, number one, catch up. It gives me a chance to think. It gives me a chance to sometimes compose myself after maybe a real stressful meeting with a banker or it could be anything. It's somebody having some real financial challenges. And it allows me time, even if it's a brief time, to prepare myself for upcoming meetings. Point number two, reward yourself by giving. Now that sounds crazy, doesn't it? How is my giving going to boost my happiness? Well, the key, the author says, is to not make it an anonymous donation, but rather give to specific causes that you're excited about. Or perhaps a good example would be a GoFundMe donation to a friend that's suffering from cancer. The key is that it's building a social connection, and that will undoubtedly boost your happiness. Point number three that Marcel Swans shares is this. Shift your mood toward optimism. Oh yeah, that's real easy to do, John. Sure, in these tough times. Well, you know what? Remember the old expression that it's always darkest right before the dawn? And so we need to shift our mind, shift our mental approach toward optimism. And these are stressful times, but seek some optimism, find the positives in the day, and increase your set of future goals. Because even if you start with really small ones, and then you work toward boosting them and boosting the size of the goals, making them bigger and bigger, you'll be more optimistic as a result when you meet them. I'll give you an example of this. I recently met with a banker who I swear he's predicted 5 of the last 2 recessions. And no, that is not a typo. That is not a mistake. He worries too much. He worries about things that are just not worthy of being worried about. For example, I have a client that he works with, that he finances, who has made $1.5 million in 2020 through 2022. He's been very successful, very profitable in all 3 years. He asked for some new money to get through the end of 2023, And the banker said, no, I can't because now I'm worried about the 2023 results. I mean, they will not necessarily be as positive, I wouldn't expect, as they were in 2020 through 2022, but that's no reason to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And so, as I suggested to my client, life goes on, we will figure it out, and I'll just continue to use the 3 steps that I mentioned above of scheduling downtime, rewarding yourself by giving to specific causes, and shifting your mind toward optimism. I'll use these 3 steps to boost both the happiness of my client and myself. I hope you found this very helpful, and I meant it to be very optimistic. I wish you the best of success this year. Again, I'm John Ellsworth, founder of Success Strategies Incorporated and the creator of the Success Strategies Advantage. Thank you for listening today.